All right, peeps, here we are. We're up against the New Hampshire primary, right? And right around the corner. So a day away. Actually, by this time tomorrow, they will have started counting the results. So really less than a day away from the activities kicking off. It's anticipated that it should be a record turnout, right? Record turnout. Why? Because the weather's great. Look, in great weather, record turnout. In poor weather, I was going to say a couple other choice words, but I stopped myself. In poor weather, it kind of dampens the turnout. So that being the case, folks, let's take a peek at the actually real clear politics and see where we stand. As it is right now, grab my annotation tool again here. As soon as I can get it, there it is. Okay, so as it stands right now, we're plus 17.5. That's the spread favoring Donald Trump. This 7.5 obviously goes away because Ron DeSantis is no longer in the race, right? So we'll see exactly how that all turns out. I think that that 7.5, those individuals, I think that they're probably going to go to Nikki Haley. Here's the reason why. I think that they were people who were not going to vote for Donald Trump because they didn't like his temperament. And there was they believe the notion that there's chaos that follow him. And these are true patriots. These people aren't congealed by Donald Trump's rhetoric and the rest of it. So I think that 7.5 actually ends up going over to Nikki Haley. And if that is the case, then I'm going to say really 17.5 is probably more like 10. So I'm going to say if they're expecting 300,000 people, then that's about 3,000. So about 30,000 votes. That's the deficit. If it's 10%, it's about a 30,000 vote deficit. Can she make up a 30,000 vote deficit? I think strategically she can. And here's the reason. Remember, depressed turnout on the Democrat side, they can't vote in the Republican primary. The Republican universe is like 200,000 registered Republicans. And then you have 300,000 registered independents. So that's 100,000 more votes that Nikki Haley has the possibility to get. And if that's the case, then it's quite conceivable that this is a closer race than what we would anticipate. Record turnout, I think, would favor Nikki Haley. I don't know if it's enough to close the gap, but it definitely says it's probably single digits. Beyond that, I can't really, I mean, I'd love to tell you that I have something new for you, but I believe these polling averages. You have some people who say, I don't believe the polls. Well, I do, because it's really a scientific method that goes into this. And, for as much as you can say that they didn't get the number absolutely right, in most cases, they are within the plus or minus 3 or that deviation. So that being the case, I don't know. If it's plus 10, maybe the real number is plus 7, right? And if it's plus 7, that's still a big gap that she would have to anyway. So I don't think that she gets there, but I do have a contrarian play. And if you guys are with me for Iowa, I had a contrarian play for Iowa, which failed miserably. And be quite honest, when I started drinking, because there's a drinking game attached to this. When I started drinking, I really didn't get 15 drinks in because I was tired. I think I got more like 5 drinks in before I fell asleep. But if it's plus 10, that's 5 drinks because for every point or 2 points, I said that it's one shot. So I got a fresh bottle of Crown Royal. And but before I do that, I'm going to give you my contrarian play. Let me go ahead and take all of this off. I looked at a number of different numbers. Let me go ahead and refresh. And let's take a look at how the contrarian play sets up. And remember, we do a contrarian play just because if the polls aren't right, the traffic on the internet tells us something, right? And if it does tell us something, what is it trying to really tell us? So look here. So and remember, this is for New Hampshire. This is over the past 7 days. There's a big gap. Okay. And it's important to know that this gap, you got to look at it from the standpoint of the breakouts, right? So a lot of traffic about Nikki Haley in New Hampshire. But what is that traffic? So let's look down here and take a peek. Donald Trump versus Nikki Haley. What are they talking about? Trump events, breakout, mentioning Nikki Haley. New England College, breakout, mentioning Nikki Haley. You got Nikki Haley events plus 170%, but that's not breakout. Breakout is generally something over 1,000%. So, let me see what else is in here. The others, okay, so Trump, Nikki Haley, New Hampshire, Nikki Haley name. So people are querying her name, where she at in New Hampshire, her schedule, events. These things are positive. These two up here are not. I mean, this one is not. We can definitively say that's not. New England College, I don't know what that is. But anyway, so the contrarian play, remember, the universe of independence could favor Nikki Haley. And this could look a lot like 2000. And 2000, believe it or not, shaped up in a similar fashion. The weather was good. Believe it or not, it was like 40 degrees on election day, February 1st of 2000. And John McCain, underdog, came in and stunned the Bush team, right? They ended up winning New Hampshire. It's conceivable that she could win New Hampshire. Although, I got to tell you, Nikki Haley, I don't believe she really campaigned in New Hampshire the way that she needed to. I think she needed to hit the ground running after she left Iowa, and she didn't. I mean, she kind of didn't want to do any video or no video. She didn't want to do any press and events. She didn't really get on the ground until like maybe Saturday. So I think that she kind of hurt herself there. But, my contrarian play, I mean, this is an awful big spread. And if you recall what this spread looked like with Iowa, it always had Trump up top, Nikki Haley on the bottom. This is a reverse here where you got Nikki Haley leading. I mean, and there's a big spread, right? But if you look down at these, I don't want to hit this too hard, but I'm not quite certain what the favorable traffic is, how big the favorable traffic is. So I'm going to say my contrarian play will be, the number is plus 17.5. I'm going to say it's within single digits. I'm going to say that the contrarian play probably is plus 5. And I would like for it to be plus 2 Nikki Haley, but I think it's going to be plus 5 Donald Trump. So she'll get close, but she won't get there. And how does that play going forward? She goes to South Carolina. She's got a month to kind of coalesce around the people of South Carolina again. However, a large number of more evangelicals than independents. It's a different electorate, and it's a different electorate that sets up well for Donald Trump and for Super Tuesday, the first part of March. So that's my call. Nikki Haley has a window, but I don't see her being able to ink out a victory against Donald Trump. I think there's just way too much to surpass it. I just don't know. I don't know. See, and here's the wrestle. Here's the part where I'm wrestling. I want to see a Nikki Haley, Joe Biden race. I'm not interested in seeing Donald Trump and Joe Biden fight it out. Have no interest in that. I would much rather see Nikki Haley, Donald Trump. But alas, I'm probably not going to get that. And at least I'm honest with myself to know that I'm probably not going to get that. So that being the case, folks, that's the call from the household, right? So again, hopefully tell me what you think, right? Tell me your thoughts about what happens tomorrow. Remember, the weather's good, record turnout. Do you think it favors Nikki Haley, or do you think it still favors Trump? And to what degree? Is it Trump plus 15? Is it Trump plus 10? Is it Trump plus 5? Or is it Nikki Haley plus 2? You tell me, folks. Hey, like and subscribe. Hope you have a great evening.